On this episode of Cheesing It Up, we look at a beer cheese, Grand Cacao, through partnership between Troegs and the Caputo Brothers. Stay tuned. Let's start off by talking a little bit about beer cheese. It's believed to have originated in Kentucky around the 1940s, and it started when a local restaurant and bar owner began mixing some leftover beer, cheese, and spices together to attract more individuals into the bar. It became growing a lot in popularity all over Kentucky, and over the course of the last several decades, it's gotten more popular all over the United States. Traditionally, we do see beer cheese sold in stores and tubs. It tends to be more of a spreadable cheese that you'll put on crackers. However, this cheese we are sampling today is actually in block form, so definitely a little different versus some of the traditional beer cheeses that you may see in the stores. This cheese we'll be sampling has deep Pennsylvania roots. It's a joint partnership between Troegs Brewing Company, which is located in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which of course is known as the chocolate capital of the United States. And it's also paired with Caputo Brothers Creamery, which is located in Pennsylvania. It's been in business since 2011. Caputo Brothers and also the Troegs Brewing Company have partnered up on a number of different crossover types of cheeses. We've seen a perpetual cheese for the perpetual IPA line from Troegs. We've also seen a Mad Elf. And of course, we've seen this one that we're going to be sampling today, which is the Grand Cacao. I keep wanting to say Cacao from the movie Cars. So if I do happen to say that during this video, please forgive me. So let's go ahead, let's start sampling this cheese. I just finished unwrapping this cheese. Definitely tell it's a softer cheese, definitely made from a cow's milk. Smell, you actually do pick up a slight beer smell associated with it. Keep in mind, from eating this whole block of cheese, you're not gonna get slammed, you're not gonna get drunk, you're not gonna get tipsy. It would take a lot of cheese blocks in order for that to happen, and I'm still skeptical if you could even possibly get drunk off of blocks of cheese. So let's go ahead, let's slice this baby up. Cheese has a very mild taste on the front end. Pick a little bit of sweetness in the mid-level taste and also a little bit in the back end, and you will pick up a very slight beer tasting property in the very back end, but it's very slight. It's hard to even pick that up. I don't pick up any of the pepper flakes that have been added or infused in this cheese. There's no spice really associated with it. Just a pretty mild overall, not extremely full-bodied in flavor, but I can see this pairing nicely with a cracker. If you have like a multi-grain cracker or an everything cracker that has a lot of other flavors, this is probably a nice complement to that. Full disclosure, beer cheeses tend not necessarily to be my go-to types of cheese, just because they're more mild. They tend to be a little bit more of a bland taste. However, if you do heat them up and you're able to keep them warm and then pair them with different types of vegetables, breadsticks, smoked meats, they can be a really nice accompaniment, and they do a really nice job complementing those different types of ingredients, just because it doesn't necessarily overpower those other types of flavors. So in those types of instances, I will say they can make for a pretty tasty and pretty good appetizer you'd be pretty satisfied with. But at $16 per pound, it's hard for me to say there aren't other types of cheeses that I prefer over this one. There is a Mad Elf version of this cheese out there as well that I'd be very interested in trying, just because Mad Elf does carry a very intense and heavier type of flavor profile, so I'm curious what that would do to the cheese as well. So I'll have to do a future episode covering that one. And until next time, keep cheesing it up. So I went ahead and melted a little bit of this cheese and warmed it up. I want to see if this changes the taste profile at all. Okay, I like it a little better, heated up. It does taste a little bit like a mozzarella cheese that may be on a pizza.